So this is Thomas Schultra, and I'm doing a video reflection for Module 8, Unit 1, Activity 3, which is a baseline student data evaluation. For my civics class, I have 11 students, and I took data based on some content through a bias in the media worksheet, and then also some of the vocabulary words that we went over in class. Based on that data, out of the 11 students that I have, one was measured as insufficient, 3 are measured as outstanding, and then 7 are either basic or proficient, both in their content for civics and in their vocabulary. So what does this data show me? So I think one of the things that it shows me is that, for the most part, students are either, proficient or outstanding. There's a few students that I kind of have my eye on that I think there's some concern, and then one student who showed insufficient. For me, they will be also my case study for Module 8. And as in the video reflection with my mentor, for me, I think it is more about behavior for this particular student than it is for academics, simply because over the first part of the year, this student has shown me that they're more than capable of doing well, doing outstanding in their mastery for content. And I think that over the past couple since before Christmas break, the student has shown kind of some behavioral issues that I really want to focus on for the rest of this module. So areas that need improvement. So one of the things after my meeting with my mentor is my own self goal is for pacing, to make sure that we can get a class done on time, with all the things that I think that they should be able to get done, and also that I should be able to get done, and can continue to enhance their mastery for civics. The other thing that it shows me from a content point of view, and then also a vocabulary point of view, is to give students more flexibility, especially those students who are on plans, to be able to have the ability to achieve success without having to meet the same standards at the same time that everyone else is. So for low achieving students, give them more options, more flexibility to do the work, not just within the lesson, but within the unit. So that way they can take their time and without feeling the burden of falling behind in getting their work done. And then the other thing is that for the high achieving students that I have, is to really lean on those particular students to help out in class when I really can't give that one-on-one attention, even though there's 11 students in my clinical. And so I feel like that's a really manageable class size for student to teacher ratio. And the other thing is, rather than structuring all of my activities in homogeneous groups, is that maybe there's going to be some areas where I can break groups heterogeneously, and I can use high achieving students to really work with those students that need extra help and additional time, and use those groupings to give that flexibility and to have those students continue to enhance their skills. And so I think that by breaking groups up that way, it can, it makes things a little fresher, but also it helps students who need that extra challenge, and then also students who need that extra help. And so that kind of goes, segues into that last question: how am I going to use the data to drive my instruction and instructional focus for the preceding lessons? And so I think one is being able to be more flexible and adaptable to giving students different ways of assessing them while achieving success in the classroom and showcasing their knowledge of the content. Two is to, for my own goal, is to create lessons and in a pace with the flexibility to get through a lesson, and then also have students not feel like they're being stressed out because they're missing things due to my failure of not planning a lesson that can appropriately meet the 45 minutes time period. Otherwise, I think, just having my first video, my first mentor meeting, and then, this isn't the first time that I've collected the data, so I kind of already have a good understanding of like where my students are and where they need help. But I think that based on the lesson plan, the video, and collecting the data, it kind of opens my eyes to some of the things that I can do to improve not just my own teaching, but also the kinds of learning outcomes that I expect for students, and then also the school district expects for students. So thank you very much, and have a great day.